Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the greatest, the most illustrious, the award-winning, that hasn't won a motherfucking award, black wrestling podcast known as the Kayfabe Cowboys podcast. I am your host, the gorgeous one, aka G.A. Brown. Also on the screen right now, we have the mixologist, the wrestling historian, the vintage wrestling t-shirt extraordinaire. Brother Legend, say what's up to the folks, man.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. It is 2025, and I promise to be nice.
Man, so are you telling us that we're only getting face Legend for 2025?
If The Rock can do it, I can do it.
I feel like there's more meaning behind that you want to get to. So, I'm not gonna shit on where you want to go with that. So I'm gonna let you deliver when it's time to do so. Also on the screen, we have the man who is the backbone, the foundation, the interworkings, and the CEO and executive of a multi-million-dollar digital marketing company, the man who is the front man of the Rebel Society, Brother Shadrick, the resident heel and contrarian on the Kayfabe Cowboys podcast. Shad, say what's up to the folks, man.
He is I, and I am him. Today I'm just ready. I feel like there's a lot to talk about. We haven't talked in a while. And I also want to share that I am the newly appointed president of the Fuck Terry fan club. So, So let's get into it.
Wow, wait, what? It's minute 2? Wow, Jesus.
Hey,
we got to start off spicy.
Hey, Matt, shoot. Hey, since we already there, I guess we could take a couple moments and just touch on that. Pause. I tell you what.
Hold on. We do have one of my world famous icebreakers. We got to
Here we go. Here we go, man.
We didn't 2024. Oh,
nah. That's
hey, man.
That's all throughout 2025.
Fuck Terry does not deserve to get stiff arm, but we'll go for it.
All right, so icebreaker for the day, fellas.
Jesus.
Since we just had our first episode of Raw for the new year, to play on words.
Oh God. What?
I'm gonna give you guys 2 porn stars, and you have to tell me what would be their nickname based off of an already established nickname in WWE would be. Tongue twister.
So is it just nickname, or would it be who we would equate them to on the roster?
What their nickname would be, and if you want to equate them, that's cool too. But I'm more so just looking for what would be their nickname.
Okay, I think I got it. Okay, so what's the first one? I'm gonna let GA go first because he seems to be an expert in that category.
All right. So the first one would be the world famous, Pinky.
Okay. If I had to go for Pinky, it's not necessarily a nickname, but I would go with Natalia because she is a forefather. She's well tenured, and Natalia wears pink, man. I'm gonna have to go with Natalia, man. You know what I'm saying? She's a seasoned veteran and a Hall of Famer, so I got to go with Natalia.
But you had to give me a nickname, though. That's why I'm looking for the nickname.
This is tough. Nickname.
I'm gonna have to go with. I'm gonna hop in real quick and save you. For Pinky, I'm gonna have to go with the Brain.
Bobby the Brain. Okay.
And Pinky and the Brain. I get it.
Okay, so I'll jump in.
That was clever. That was clever.
I'll jump in here because I don't know who the next one is, but I was going to equate her to Yokozuna, because we all know the current Pinky ain't who. Okay, but if we're going nicknames based off of Shy, you help me out there. I'm gonna go Mouth of the South. So I preach. That was crazy.
Damn, man, I'm stuck, bro. I'm stuck. I can't think of one.
Hey, we're gonna take points out of his paycheck. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. So
I got one for the next one though.
Okay. So the next one would be the one and only, the infamous Superhead. And Nick actually took mine. I was definitely gonna say the Mouth of the South for Superhead.
That's why I said I wasn't sure. Okay, now
I got one for her based off all accounts and reviewing some visual evidence. I gotta go with the EST.
Okay, wasn't expecting that one, but
yeah.
Well, if we going Corinne Steffens, I'm gonna go the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
Okay.
The excellence of execution.
The excellent.
Man.
Yeah, you definitely got my mouth to the south. I've been thinking about that one all day. Like I was like, yeah, that's definitely her.
All right, so now I need another one since that one's gone. I got one.
I got one. Superhead would be the head of the table.
Hold on, wait. I'm gonna play this like a game of like charades. You can't use head in her title.
I got one for Pinky now.
I got one.
Go for it.
The Enforcer.
I can see that.
Because you got the her at the end of it. Try to be a little corny.
Mine for Pinky would be damn. I lost it that fucking fast. Because by all intents and purposes, as a child, as a teenager, being able to get your hands on them Booty Talk DVDs, she would be the people's champ.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
You got another one for Corinne before we change topics?
I don't have one.
Okay.
I would say my honorable mention that I thought about before was Miss B Nasty. She would definitely be the Rainmaker. But we can move on.
Man, that's a good one. That is a good one.
I might have called her Gold. Never mind. We're gonna get in trouble.
Wow.
Let's move on.
Let's move on. We're gonna be stuck here all day.
Oh man.
Stuck.
Yeah, shit. I would have went with Panama Sunrise.
Hey, yo, hold on. Wait, I know we moving on. You know what this should have been? We should have given them finishers.
Oh man, that'd be crazy. Yeah. Yeah, I love that. The double entendre. I love it.
Right. Yeah.
So, as we alluded to right before this, we're going to go into a little small segment called Fuck Terry. For those of you that watch The Raw on Netflix, it's inescapable the heat that one Terry Bollea got when he walked out there to promote his all-American beer or real American beer, whatever it's called. I ain't drinking that shit. But I just want to say that it did my heart well. I smiled. I stood up and applauded. It was probably the greatest thing that's happened to me in the past 5 years outside of the birth of my son. It was beautiful. I'm telling you, like Kanye, Just Blaze, Metro Boomin, nobody could have produced a better sound than that. Terry Bollea being booed was amazing. And I'm telling you, man, just like my Bobby the Brain Heenan joint that I be playing, like, it makes me feel good to know that Hulk Hogan is hurting. I love it.
Listen, when the song went off, my mood changed. I feel like it was right after, was it the women's match?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there like, all right, because I saw that he was slated to be there. So I tweeted WWE and Triple H to let them know that's disrespectful to his black and brown folks. But the song went off, and my emotion actually changed. I went from, oh, shit, to, oh, shit. And it's one thing to see your quote-unquote heroes get old, but not only did he look old, he looked like an old racist, but those boos, I had my captions on, and somebody else did on Twitter,
crowd
or X, whatever you want to call it. Crowd booing. You saw it throw him off. He barely tore he looked horrible. But I want to get to some after shot goes that really pissed me off today.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, pretty much I kind of echo what you guys said. Like, I used to be a Hulk Hogan fan, but now, like, me and Terrence are not on the same page whatsoever. So
Terrence,
it's completely fuck him. Like there was really no reason for him to be there, to be honest with you. And he had little Jimmy Hart in the background waving a flag, like, "Yo, sit y'all old asses down." He tried to bring Macho into it, like, think he gonna get a pop. Like, nah. Off the strength of you, it's Boo Macho too.
Yeah, so, yeah. But everybody know Macho Man don't fuck with him. Like, that's crazy. 100%. And the fucked up thing is, like, Jimmy Hart did nothing to deserve the boos that were directed in his direction on the stage. Like, I felt so bad for Jimmy Hart up there. Jimmy Hart he ain't never hurt nobody.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I will say he looked exactly the same. So I don't know what kind of surgeries he done had. But he looked exactly the same.
Hey man, he drinking the same lemonade that Pharrell drinking, bro. He don't age. He's got to be a vampire.
Except Pharrell still looks young. Jimmy Hart always looked old. But what I want to, I wanted to jump in because I saw the response and the two things that pissed me off. Because I said one was the fact that he said I stood for what they wouldn't. Terry, who the fuck is they? Let's establish who the fuck they is. Mm-hmm. Part two that pissed me off is now I feel like they're going to try to lean into the Hollywood Hogan bad guy persona the next time he's here, and it's like no, this isn't a work. This isn't heel face, nigga. We don't fuck with you, Terry.
Right.
And the best thing I saw, which I hate that I enjoyed it. I think I sent it to you in the group chat. Was somebody said, I hope that Hogan's promo ends like the Ultimate Warriors promo did.
That's wrong. That's wrong.
Felt bad, but I wasn't mad, and I'll leave it there.
Yeah.
But also, like, and I'll try to close it on this. Like, what a slap in the face. All right, so his beer is a sponsor for the Raw on Netflix. Like, Stone Cold Steve Austin has a beer. Why can't, why can't his IPA, the Broken Skull IPA, be a sponsor? Like, it feels like they're forcing, and this is definitely an entendre because it's happened in real life, forcing Hulk Hogan on us. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I don't like that shit, man. I don't like it.
You know what I just realized? I was having this conversation with my wife earlier about, like, we know who Triple H and all of them probably voted for to begin with, but I like when you keep politics out of it. And it just hit me that a sponsor is Hogan and Logan Paul, or the Paul brothers, two people that adamantly supported the Orange Blob. It's starting to feel like low key disrespectful.
But I don't think Hogan got booed because of his Trump support. Because
no, he was booed for the racist comment.
Yeah. Because Taker came out there, and I was excited to see Taker. So, like, you know what I mean? Like,
you were?
Shit. Anytime Taker's music hits, man, I'm excited because you haven't heard any stories of him being a racist. Like, all right, you got your political alignment or whatever, cool. All right, I support people's right to choice, but like, I can't support you being a bigot. You know what I mean? And I think that's why Taker didn't get booed, and Hulk Hogan has been a complete shithole of a person. So I enjoyed every bit of that booing, and I think I might have booed in my house too.
Yeah, my two takes on that is, like, I feel like Hogan just is compiling a whole bunch of shit. First of all, he's a liar. Second, he killed WCW.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Actually, third is, he's a racist. And then fourth is, like, during the whole election, he was talking like major, like when he came out to the RNC, he was like he was gonna body slam, come out. Like, that's a woman, dog. Like, that's crazy. And then my other point is, like, which is secondary to that, Taker's entrance doesn't really hit the same as the American Badass, to be quite honest.
It doesn't.
Yeah. I need the full gong and, slow music, fire, all that. Like, him just coming out on a motorcycle and listening to Kid Rock or Limp Bizkit, whatever the hell it was, like, it don't really hit the same.
I feel like they could have done the Dead Man joint with Rhea being goth. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, they could have done it. You know what I'm saying? I felt like they probably just wanted it to be hip. I don't fucking know, but
So real quick, because I want to touch on the Taker thing too. Another issue that I actually went back. I went back and watched
Touching on the Taker.
Touch on the Taker thing, but put that as a title.
Wow, you colors just don't change. Anyway. I hated how he tried to speak as though he never tried to take out WWE as well. He was like, my beloved WWE, blah, blah. No, nigga, you tried to take us out. Like, with Punk, when he left and when Cody left and did this shit, they take accountability. It was like, yeah, we went over there. We tried to take you out. My bad, we back. Hogan tried to to act like when he was on the promo that he ain't never did nothing against WWE, and that kind of pissed me off. But anyway.
Yeah, he's a dick.
The one thing about the Taker is, like, you kind of watched him. I don't think Rhea knew he was coming out because you saw him give, like, clues to Rhea, like, all right, in 3, 2, 1, we're gonna throw up the fist. 1, 2, 3, we're gonna look back. So I don't even think Rhea knew he was coming out, which was kind of dope because she looked like, what the fuck going on? Right. So I thought that was cool.
Yeah, she popped. Hey, so moving forward, want to know how y'all want to attack this. Do we want to go match by match first, or do you want to do overall thoughts on Raw first?
I think we do overall thoughts because it was only 4 matches and it was just a lot of stuff. So, and I have notes of my opinions on a certain thing, so we can just kind of get into it.
All right. So, I mean, since you got notes, man, roll with it, man. Brother Shadrick, please give the viewing public your tease.
We need to dim the lights. Are you good?
No, I'm good. I'm good. So I'm gonna just kind of, I'm gonna go straight through this. Like, it's real quick, So Rock should have turned on Roman. We gonna get to that. Also have up here.
Damn, out the gate.
Yeah, Rock should have turned. Where the blacks at? There was no blacks on the show. They should have had a match for Bianca, which is an insult. They don't need Shinsuke sitting there without his makeup. Like, keep kayfabe alive. Like, he just turned into this new gimmick. Like, he don't need to come out there looking like he just wash his face with Neutrogena or something like that. So we don't need that. Rock must not be wrestling at Mania, which I feel like we're going to get to later. Michael Cole gave the worst dap I've ever seen in my life.
Ever.
Yeah, ever.
Uh-huh.
And lastly, I absolutely hate that Jey Uso wears white DCs and slouch socks to the ring. Like,
my God.
It takes me back to high school. Like, I don't like it. He needs to do something different.
I don't even want to touch on my
that right
now.
there,
Jesus.
what you just ended with, sir, is the perfect opportunity for us to talk about a future segment that we're going to be doing here on the Kayfabe Cowboys podcast, and what we'll be calling this one, Brother Shad.
We don't have a name yet, so we're gonna workshopping that name. So
so a future segment, we're gonna each have an opportunity to be a hater and just be petty. But yeah, like you go, Nick.
I don't even know if I want to go off my points or kind of go off of Shad's.
Just roll with it. Shit, go off of Shad's, throw yours in. I mean, this could be one big dialogue.
Yeah. I didn't think about the blacks, so I appreciate that. I was more pissed off that their champion for Raw was not active. That kind of pissed me off because what the hell? How do you have a debut?
Yeah, that was wild.
I definitely had some matches wrong that are happening next week that I thought were happening on Raw. I hate the obvious Penta match next week. That pissed me off. The Rock is definitely not wrestling at Mania, and we got some information on why a little bit earlier. And I understand it. It makes perfect sense. But honestly, I think The Rock might have caused an audible when he got out there because those goosebumps, that shit was real.
Yeah, like them shits was popping.
We saw it. So I wonder if he got caught up in the moment, couldn't stop smiling, couldn't stop being in the moment. It was like, well, I got to change on the fly because I'm smiling. I got my kids at the front row. I can't be a dick right now. I can do that later on, but right now I can't. The first match, Roman and the other nigga, was a Mania type match with the amount of interference that came out. I was like, this feels like Roman Cody.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they should have ended the show with that match.
I think had Rock been turning on Roman, they would have ended.
Mm-hmm.
So when he came out right after he was just out there, I was like, nah, he ain't turning. I felt like they were just trying to end it there. Love the rematch. Glad that's over. Let's see.
Is it?
I sure hope so. I think that leads to a Dom Rhea match somehow, or a mixed gender match of some sort, and Rhea ends up fighting Dom somehow. Michael Cole
go full Ike Turner.
Right. He ain't gonna go well for Dom. I don't know what's worse, Michael Cole's yeet or his dap. Smoking weed on Netflix in front of kids is crazy.
That's wild.
That was phenomenal. That was phenomenal.
Loved and hated how that match ended.
The nigga in me enjoyed that entire entrance.
Yeah, the smoking weed on TV with kids around is kind of crazy though.
It's wild.
The almost 40-year-old man in me is like, yo, that's wild.
But
old man ran.
But they were in California and weed smoke is illegal in Cali, so you know what I mean? Like, hey, it's LaFlame, but look, LaFlame ain't for the kids, baby.
Let's see. I hated the Matt with all of those sponsors. And lastly, I enjoyed the Seth match. Did y'all see the nod to AEW in the middle of that match?
I saw that.
Okay.
The GTS and he falls on it, right?
Yeah. I feel like that was a fuck you because he also wore the jacket from the backstage incident. So I feel like that was a fuck you to them.
Yeah, okay. Cry me a river.
It's on you. Is it Jervis? Is it GA? Is it Gorgeous? Which one is it today?
Hey, right now you could call me any mixture of the two. Hell, you could even call me head of the table if you like, because
I'm not
okay, all right, whatever.
Since your name is Antoine, I think I'm gonna just call you Twan.
Yeah, that feels better.
All right, you know what I'm saying, and I'll call you LA Mont.
Wow, Jesus.
So for me, my takeaway for number one was the fucking camera angles, whatever pixels that they shot this shit in was phenomenal, bro. Like the opening shot when Roman was coming out and they had that shot going down the aisle and you saw the fans but like behind, that was crazy, bro. Like they picked the right arena to have that in because they had like they had the lights set up throughout. I don't know if that's a standard thing that's in the Clippers arena, but that shit was crazy. Then another takeaway that I had from it was just how over Roman Reigns is. It's crazy. And I don't think it happened during the match, but I saw women on Twitter like, who is this guy? Like, they never watched wrestling before, but they just saw the joint on Netflix and they tuned in and saw Roman Reigns. Like, he's got the hardcore wrestling fan, the casual wrestling fan, and then the woman that likes good looking dudes tuning in to watch him. Like, that motherfucker's a superstar.
Yeah.
And then another thing for me is I'm over Super Rhea. I mean, it didn't do anything for me. That whole feud is flat to me. I hope they move away from it. I really do. And like, shout out to Macaulay Culkin. Like Kevin got lost in New York, his way to Netflix on Raw, and probably got the biggest pop away from Roman Reigns in there that night. It was the show itself in its entirety was phenomenal. The presentation, the magnitude of all of the matches, the Seth and Punk match was great to me. I wish that Drew would have interfered in that so we could have seen like a possible forwarding of him and Seth Rollins joining forces. But like altogether, man, I loved the show. I loved it. It was a baby mania.
Let me ask y'all a question. Are finishers played out now?
What do you mean?
I feel like in several matches, you had to perform a finisher 2, 3, 4 times to get the pin. What happened to
the false finish
out of finishers? Like, I get once.
I just feel like they're not protected no more. Like, everybody got to do their finisher like 3 or 4 times for it to mean anything. Like, Roman gonna hit that spear a couple times. You know, Cody, he's definitely gonna do the crossroads 6 or 7 times.
Yeah, because he's not even the best person that does the crossroads in WWE, but whatever.
Jervis. Not today. Not today.
Yeah. Right. And then, like I said, Seth and Punk, they had to do their finish a couple times. But I just feel like nothing.
Rhea did it a couple times. Old girl tried it a couple. It was like several, maybe damn near every match. There were multiple finishers.
Yeah.
Like, that's true. Like how you get hit with a finisher and a Samoan Spike, which, by the way, is the stupidest finisher ever in fucking life.
Mm-hmm.
It was better when Umaga did it, but
very much so. Yeah. Very much so. Okay. So let me ask you. I'm gonna start with Shad. Actually, what was your favorite point or part of that where you were a kid? I'll let you go first.
Of the whole night?
Yeah, whole night.
It would probably have to be when it first started with The Rock coming out. Like, before he kind of started talking and ruining, kayfabe for me. I thought, like, him coming out with the final boss entrance, which I still love.
And final boss so hard.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I'll take it back. Take it back. Even before he came out, the entrance with the show, they had
the drone.
The drone, but the screen, the little video package they played before it had.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah. That was.
Had the what?
Mm-hmm.
The video package they played before Triple H came out there and started talking.
The cold open video. Yeah, that shit was fire. That was fire.
That shit was crazy.
Him standing behind it or underneath it, that was kind of dope too.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that.
I wasn't
either. But that was probably my favorite part. That kind of had me like sitting on the edge of the seat, like waiting for this to come on. So
that's fair. GA.
For fear of saying mine was the same as Shad's, because I feel like that's not going to give us variety. So
this time it's okay.
Yeah, I'm definitely for me was the opening of the first thing I saw at 8:00 was the storytelling that got us to where we are, and having the clip of them being in Hampton getting ready to go to Norfolk as a part of that was crazy to me because I vividly remember that shit.
Yeah.
But if I had to pick something other than that, is because I'm a huge Travis Scott fan. So just seeing Travis Scott being Travis Scott, like fully involved in the entrance with Jay, getting in the ring, getting on the announce table, getting the worst dap in the world for Michael Cole. Was that shit was dope, man. Like that, and the belt he has too. Cause I know Triple H if they put that hardcore title on sale, I'm getting that one because it's not the regular one. It's like a Travis Scott joint. So if they put that up there, that has to go in the collection, man. But it was phenomenal to me. What about you, Nick?
Mine was literally, and call me a homer, but when the Rock's music hit, you saw how dark it was, the lightning, and then seeing him react, like, because he does that arm shit all the time. You're like, all right, I get it. It's a work. To physically see that somebody that you watched for years is feeling this like it's day one, made me feel like a kid all over again. So cool. What's next?
I do have to say, as far as presentation wise, I love that they didn't have the big screen, the big jumbotron.
Yes.
Yeah, being able to see like the audience behind it, like.
But you know
dope.
why though?
Why?
Because of the way the Intuit Dome is built. That's that area for the Clippers fans where they fuck with the basketball player while they shooting free throws. So that wall goes up. So they had to design it differently than
But that's sweet though. Like even if I didn't know that, like that's dope because a lot of times you go to these shows and it's like blacked off parts where you can't sit because of like how big the screen is and like how they got like they got the backstage draped off. I felt like they were able to permit more fans in there and there wasn't an obstructed view in the building. Like that was dope.
Yeah.
I liked the short ramp and I liked how close the wrestlers were in that entryway. I felt like the fans were a part of it. That's another thing I want to throw out there too. Okay, cool. That was dope.
Was there anything that y'all didn't like about the show?
The number of matches.
I
know there was a lot of stories that had to be told and all of the reminiscing that had to take place, but I felt like we could have done something else, especially knowing that there is no time constraint. Something else could have been done to me.
What I would have liked, rather what I didn't like, but I did like it, but I didn't like the placement. I would have loved to have seen maybe, of course, Triple H being there was dope. Like, you know what I mean? And it is the Triple H era. But I would have loved to have seen John Cena be in the Triple H spot when the curtains drop. For him to, you know what I mean, from the perspective of being an active wrestler and this is the kickoff to his retirement tour, letting him be there in that spot and deliver that message as well as what he's planning to do for the year. That would have been the only thing that I would have changed.
You cooking. I like that a lot.
Yeah. I think my major thing is I feel like we might be segueing into this anyway, but what The Rock pulled was probably the thing that I hated the most. I absolutely loathe what he was saying.
Let me grab my popcorn because I want to know why.
Go for it. Go, hey, bro. Hey, cook, cook, baby, cook.
Let me turn my mic off.
Is he wrestling at WrestleMania? Nah. If he's not, then he just should have just came out there, talked about the company, and not mention Cody, Roman, none of that. Because then you save it for, SummerSlam or Mania next year. Like, by him saying, like, yo, Cody's doing a good job, and Roman is, like, the star of the company, or whatever he said about Roman, like, if it's not a swerve, then this was the stupidest mistake they've ever made because you took two of the biggest angles, two of the biggest money matches that you possibly could probably get. And now it doesn't mean nothing. And all the work that they did last year was for nothing. You made him the biggest heel in the universe for WWE to just shit on it in 10 minutes.
Yeah. So.
Because you felt the way too, GA.
Yeah. So his entire diatribe when he came out there, like, I felt like he has too many hats that he's wearing, for one. And it's not a bad thing from a business perspective. He's on the TKO board. I heard that he bought into WWE some as well. And he's, probably arguably like one of the most recognizable wrestlers ever. But I also think he got caught up in the moment and just seeing where wrestling has come to, like, now being like, yo, I remember coming in this as Rocky Maivia and them thinking I wasn't going to be anything, to now I'm on the board and I helped usher this in and to see it all come to fruition. I think maybe he could have done that maybe before the show started, like another segment. But depending on what their plans are with him, I'm a reserve judgment on it because it could be a possibility that they're gonna pull a bigger swerve later on, like him, lulling Roman into a false sense of security, potentially turning, having Paul Heyman join him. I think there's a lot of things they could do with this face Rock. So I'm gonna reserve my judgment.
I just want to interject and say this. I feel like they could have done all that without him kind of outwardly expressing his love for like Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. He could have just not mentioned them. He could have did all the company stuff and just not said anything about him. Then you still would have had this illusion of like he's still beefing with both of them. But then he just outwardly said like, "Yo, Cody's killing it. He's fighting all over the country." Whatever the hell he said. Like he could have just not said any of those things and kept that shit moving.
But I think that's part of one of the hats he's wearing is being a board member and being a part of the entire, executives of WWE is like, yo, I also have to promote the person that's essentially like the face of that we're putting him as the face of the company, the guy that's like the workhorse or whatever. So I have to point that out because we got new viewers that have never seen this before. So I think he was in a bad spot having to do that. I would have liked to have seen now we got to big him up, right? We got to big up Cody. We got to big up all the work that we're doing. Maybe have Triple H be the one that delivers that piece of it. You know what I mean? Because he's not an on-camera character, but I definitely feel where you're coming from.
So I think, and I mentioned this a little bit earlier, I think that it was a decision made at some point where I don't even think Cody knew where that was going. I think they wanted Cody up front to either sell the continuation of the story or get bigged up. And I don't think he knew by the way that Cody responded to the big ups. Cody damn near looked like he always looked like he about to cry. But I like how he added the Mama Rhodes in at the end as a like, hey nigga, I ain't forgot. But, and I put this in the group chat, I think that he did not say The Rock or the final boss. I don't know if that was the moment, but in my mind, he did not say The Rock or final boss after he said, if you smell, left out a name, is cooking. I don't know if y'all noticed that. And I feel like that might have been the swerve that we were looking for. But to your point, when you come out and you put the Ufalafa, and that's always how I'm going to say it now because of LA Knight, the Ulafala onto Roman's over his head, you are now saying that that's the guy.
Right.
It's hard to come back. I could see if Solo would have done it. Cool. I could see if they would have made. Well, they can't make Jacob do it. That would have made sense.
I got something else I can add to that.
But before that, the reason why I don't think it's a swerve is because then you're caught on camera on your live taking shots with Cody. Like at that point, kayfabe is done. Like I get that you can hang out with a dude one day and not like him the next, but if The Rock is not around, there's nothing that Cody can do continually to piss The Rock off. So I think that that's kind of where it is. I think that based on the information we saw earlier, that is to make John Cena the focus of this WrestleMania. Because honestly, I don't think I want to wait 2 years or another year or so to see Roman.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to wait another year for that.
Yeah.
I still think we're going to get Roman Rock at this Mania, or maybe not Mania, maybe SummerSlam, because one of the things overseas. I heard is I heard they got to do they're doing reshoots for the Moana movie or something like that, and that might interfere. But I don't think that we lose anything story-wise with him putting the Ulafala on him to be the tribal chief. Now, he might be the chief of the tribe, but remember, in the packages leading up to this with regards to The Rock, they talked about him going to Samoa and being named High Chief Seuli. So High Chief is over Tribal Chief, and we lost Shad. I don't know how that happened. But I guess we still cooking. High Chief is above Tribal Chief, so maybe that could be one of those things where somewhere down the line, we're gonna have to get the others are going to have to fall in line now that he has the Ulafala. And I think that Roman Reigns is going to go make a decision for the tribe. And then Rock is going to pull his High Chief card and be like, no, that's not the way we're going to do it. You're the chief of this tribe, but I'm the High Chief. You know what I'm saying? So I think we can get back. yeah, I think we can get back to it. And you know what I mean, like it's the fact that we have like controversy or we have differences of opinion on this, like I think it's really good because they didn't lead us in any direction. You know what I'm saying? It's wide open.
The only direction I'm confused on, and we don't have to touch on it right now, is the Team Tribal Chief. What do we do with that now? Is that like, because what do you have other than Jacob? But we'll have
Solo and his bloodline, they have to fall in line now. Because part of that was, he said, if I lose this match, he becomes a tribal chief and we have to pledge our allegiance to him. So now the inner workings of what this new bloodline tribe looks like, that's going to be another story in itself because, all right, Solo might fall in line, supposedly, but then you might get the Jacob being like, nah, like, you're my chief. I don't care what you do. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna follow him. So I mean, I think there's a lot we can get to with that.
I'm not following a nigga I broke my ankles for. I'm telling you that right now.
Right.
Bronson's not gonna like that. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Speaking of Bronson Reed, man, like his time on the shelf has been amazing on Twitter.
On Twitter, oh, he's ridiculous. Yo, that dude, what he said about Ric Flair,
bruh. You want to see a dead body? Like bruh. Like this is
he's making me a fan.
Yeah, him getting hurt has probably been like the best thing for his career, like just getting widespread on Twitter. Like, cause he's amazing. Whoa. He's amazing.
Yeah.
He caught myself.
The whole tweet where he was saying like last year I was stroking and then this year I'm busting. I'm like, yo.
Yeah.
I was like, wow. I was like, you know we can see this, right?
Bruh, he's phenomenal on Twitter. Yeah. All right, so okay, so I guess we could touch on this briefly and then we can move forward.
Fire.
Yeah, the women's IC title, like what are your thoughts? We got Dakota Kai going against Lyra Valkyria. We got thumbs down from Shadrick. Legend, what about you?
I'll go quick. I've got Dakota winning. If you recall, not too long ago, she was crying on the internet, on Twitter about not getting that push. This is the closest thing she's gonna get, and that's I don't care. I truly don't care. I'm only touching on it because it's a championship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't care at all. Like I feel like they could have made me care a little bit if they would have had like Dakota and Io, because I feel like there's some type of story there. But
there's a story, yeah.
Like Lyra is whack. Dakota has been hurt for years, so and nobody really cares too much about her. Like they need to do something to make us care. Like have some video packages, do something, because right now it's just nothing there.
That and I now that you said that, I see why that wasn't on this week's Raw. Now that you said it, like, because you're right, nobody gives a damn.
Yeah. It would have fell flat. I mean, it wouldn't have stood up to the rest of the matches that were on the card. Yeah, I'm not too keen on it. I got Dakota because I mean Dakota's probably the only one that's gonna get a reaction between the two, like for winning. So you know what I mean? So we'll see. They're gonna have to pick so is that match next week or is it
it's on whatever Raw is next. Yeah,
okay.
The next one. Yeah.
So hopefully they crafted the scheduling of that to be in a wrestler friendly city. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like where the fans there are just excited about wrestling from top to bottom.
Maybe one of their hometowns or something. I don't know.
Yeah. So then we got one more and then we could close out with NXT. Y'all know what time it is. Tiffy time, baby. What are our thoughts on that cash in?
Yeah, to me it was a basic cash in. Like I don't think I really have too many feelings about it, to be honest with you. Maybe I'm just void of feelings right now, but I just don't really have too many feelings about it. Like it was something that they were kind of teasing for a while. She finally did it. Like it's gonna lead to a match with her and Nia, but like I don't really care too much about that. I'm more so interested in like where does this lead for her towards Mania? Like I feel like they have a couple different options they could possibly go, but as far as like the actual cash in itself, like I feel like they could have did this a while ago.
Where is my shod glasses and headphones? Because I don't give a damn. How does your championship cash in get overshadowed by how good Bianca looked in that neon green? Like, bruh. Okay, you know what? I said I was going to do better this year. I had Tiffy as a mid-carder at best. She's a face now, I guess. Charlotte's coming to take that belt from her. And that's the bottom line. because Stone Cold said. But no, I just the cash-in took too long. First and foremost, it took too long. But I'm flustered. I'm annoyed. I don't care. I care less about Tiffy with the title than I do about this Intercontinental title. The U.S. Championship for the women is now the top championship as far as that goes to me.
I like the storytelling in the cash-in itself. I mean, just because the swerve that happened with it, like how he's
so easily distracted.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm like a dog. Just put a shiny object into my face. You know what I'm saying? Just drive a car past and I'm running. Just the fact that like she came out there, she came out there and she acted like she was there to help. Like she was there to prove her loyalty to Nia and then swerved her into that. So that was kind of cool. And I like the fact that they didn't do it after the match, like with Naomi winning and then her taking the belt from Naomi, because then that would keep her heel from cashing in on a face. So I mean,
no, there's one reason why Triple H knew that if they took another belt off a black woman quickly,
it would have been a riot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He knew better than that. Yeah. I do like how she was like, "Hey, go get her. She's down, beat her up." That was dope. But outside of that, I don't see the appeal for Tiffy, if I'm being honest. I liked India more than I liked Tiffy, and I didn't really like India that much.
Indy Hartwell?
Indy. Okay, I'm sorry. Right. I don't see the appeal, but whatever. All of the women, I did see a picture that all of the women that were outside of the Royal Rumble for women. So it was Jade, Bianca, Tiffy, and who else has a belt at this point? Anyway, all of them now have championships. The final four.
So all right, so let's get to so we got NXT and then we got Superstar of the Week. So y'all think about the Superstar of the Week. So all right, so NXT, what were you saying?
We also have a brand new segment.
Yeah. We got some listener gripes. We got some gripes.
So we'll fly through NXT really quickly.
We'll fly through NXT because it's only 3 matches that I mentioned, that I care to mention. First, I love the way that show was produced. They're doing a bang up job down there. So the first match, what are you all's thoughts on the Fatal 4-Way of Stephanie Vaquer, Kaylani Jordan, Cora Jade, and Lola Vice for the All American. It was for the
yeah.
What are y'all thoughts on that match? Because I enjoyed it. They got some good spots off. Everybody got their shit in, and everybody looked good.
So I'll go ahead and give my opinion and get out the way. I didn't see any of the show, so there's that.
And I don't have much to argue with you. I agree. I love when everybody gets their shit off, even in a loss. When people still look strong, I love that.
Yeah, and I think Stephanie Vaquer was the right way to go with that.
Hold on. Booker T gonna get in trouble. Booker T gotta stop. He gotta stop.
Wait. When she woo.
Booker T gotta chill. And I'm
gonna man, shit.
We got too much going on with Joy and Boy at work.
Booker T probably couldn't stand up until the next match started.
I do feel like they need to get Stephanie like a new finisher. That little like package backbreaker, like that ain't it.
And I also think that, and then we can go into the other women's match. Julia beating Roxanne Perez for the NXT Women's Championship. Also would like to see Julia get a new finisher. Like I don't really like that Northern Lights brainbuster thing that she has. Maybe it could be delivered a little bit better, but you know what I mean? That was a good match though. Yeah. They put on a good match last night, man. I love the presentation of Julia, the beautiful madness. What about you, Nick?
I think that Roxanne's phone was going off as she was getting pinned because she's getting called up.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
She's getting called up.
Yeah, she'll be in the Rumble.
And honestly, now that I think about it, I changed my answer because I want Lyra to win, and I want her to come up and take the title from her Dave fucking.
That'd be dope.
I wouldn't be mad at that.
That's what I want. Okay.
Yeah, that'd be good. All right, last match is Trick Williams versus Obafemi versus Eddie Thorpe for the NXT Men's Championship.
Let me go first.
You got it.
We called this. If you listen and subscribe to the Kayfabe Cowboys YouTube and follow the Kayfabe Cowboys Instagram, you would know we called this. We said, hey, Trick, appreciate what you did. Well done, thy good and faithful servant. You going up too.
Mm-hmm.
It's overtime. And I'm going to back out.
The ruler
I do
Go ahead.
feel like since SmackDown is going 3 hours and Raw is going however many hours, I feel like they're trying to like load up those rosters because
They got to.
they need it. But I do feel like they blew through a potential money match between Trick and Obo, like a one-on-one match that they could have saved for the NXT that's like WrestleMania weekend or whatever.
I think they kept that to keep Trick looking strong for when he goes up. But I agree that match could have been money.
Yeah.
But if you have him not get beat 1-on-1, he still looks strong-ish because he only lost because he was going to take old boy out with his finisher and blah blah blah.
Yeah, I like the fact that the effort and the consistency they've used to book Obafemi is amazing. Like his first appearance into the title picture, like it's easy mathematics. Like he should win. So I like that, man. It's gonna be the year of Obafemi, man. I love it. All right, so what do we want to go? We want to go superstar of the week, or do we want to go? We want to go with the gripes.
We go superstar of the week.
Yeah, let's go positive before we get petty.
Yeah, before we get negative.
All right, so Shadrick, who do you have as your superstar of the week?
Mine would have to be Mr. Cult of Personality himself. Cult of Personality.
Hey, please.
I'm everything you wanna be. Whoa.
So yeah, Mr. CM Punk, Phillip Brooks. He wrestled a great match. I thought he was gonna be hurt when he kind of did that little dive out of the ring. I was kind of scared for a second, but I felt like he was the perfect choice to main event the match. Then even just seeing some of the clips afterwards, like made me realize, like, oh, I forgot how much I really like CM Punk when he's in WWE.
Yeah,
and like I said, it was a great match with him himself. Hopefully, it leads to something else. Leads to more matches with them, but also leads to him to finally getting his main event spot at WrestleMania. So hopefully it goes to that. So he's my superstar.
Okay. Brother Legend, what say you?
Let me look up his actual name. Hold on.
Oh, man, he looking up people governments.
Patrick Justin McAfee is my superstar of the week. The adrenaline that Pat brings to everything he touches. I had a friend of mine who actually texted me and said, hey, when is the Kayfabe Cowboys episode dropping? He said, I haven't watched wrestling in a while. I started watching for you guys, but there's something about Pat.
It's contagious.
It's contagious. Like, look at Michael Cole. Like, you saw Michael Cole.
He's yeeting all over the place.
Which is, I laugh every time. But, like, Michael Cole hit his intro for live on Netflix. Live on Netflix. And he dapped Pat up like, hey, I did a good job. Pat's been missed. And I'll say it like that. When he's on the broadcasting booth, everything goes up. That's my superstar.
I agree.
Because I missed it.
I agree. So my superstar of the week, it was a tight race. Macaulay Culkin just got edged out. So my superstar of the week is Joe Anoa'i, the tribal chief, my tribal chief, the OTC, Roman Antonio Reigns.
Antonio, though, I thought it one up.
Yeah, he from the south side of Samoa. Yeah, so that's my superstar of the week, and you all had some great picks for superstar of the week. So you know what I mean, that's cool, man. Maybe we can get like a nice little graphic soon as the budget hits. But superstar of the week is like, no, that's John Cena. Anyway, so
superstar of the week needs to be with the old Raw music.
Yeah.
But hold on,
okay.
Hold on. I just thought about something. My 1A would be Big Jim's toe because that nigga stay running like he ain't fucked up.
No, he got a cortisone shot, man. He ain't.
Giddy up. Yeah, he got a little giddy up in his. But it'd be funny to watch him run. But you see it in his face, like I ain't about to make that dive. Was a little off, but my bad.
Yeah.
All right. So, Shad, I saw you checking your phone, which means you got something for us.
Yeah.
So what's the name of this segment? Gripe
of the week, controversial opinion, unpopular opinion. So for this segment, we for the new year, we're deciding to switch things up a little bit. We're trying to make our show a little bit more interactive. So
for you, the people.
Yeah. So we're building a community of supporters of the Kayfabe Cowboys. We need a name for our crew, so we're gonna come up with that. But I thought it'd be a good idea to have our community send us controversial takes that they might have, hot takes, unpopular opinions, and then we can just kind of react to those. So let me actually got 3 of them that we can kind of just go through real quick. So
let me preface this though. We may not do it this week, but we're gonna put the video on camera. So make sure when you record it, you don't look crazy because it's going in the show.
Yeah. I'm gonna see if this will work now. So let me try this real quick. So shout out to the guy Phoenix.
Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Phoenix. Yeah, you see it. You see what's in the background. Hot takes, Tony D, and that whole faction. Trash. Like, time to let him go. Not serving his purpose. Nah, gotta go. Go to TNA, get your weight up. Triple H and Shawn Michaels are definitely going to have a good year this year. You're going to see a lot of talent come from them. Some are going to be great. Some are going to be okay. Some will probably fall by the wayside. It happens. But you're going to see a lot come from them. Ethan Page, I think, will have a pretty good year on the main when he gets to the main roster. Because I could just see him and LA Knight be a great draw, and him just being the heel that he is be something special. Wesley is going to end up being Ricochet 2.0, so we might as well send him to New Japan or back to TNA where he came from. And the last one is, what is Ava doing again? Like, just want to see what are we waiting for on her.
New rule, 30 seconds max.
Yeah. 30 seconds.
Man, he was
he gave a lot. I thought he was gonna get one, but he gave a lot.
All right, so
he was. Also,
I forgot the first.
I wrote him down. So the first one was, he said Tony D and the family is trash, and they need to be disbanded. They need to go to TNA and get some reps in and get their weight up.
Agreed.
I like Stacks. I like Shorty that's with them. I like her.
You can't even name her.
Yeah, you don't need to know their names.
Come on, bro.
You don't need to know their names.
That right there is what we call a pin. That's a good answer.
Yeah, I feel like they're perfect for NXT. Like, I feel like if they went up to the main roster, it'd be for them.
All right, so we're doing pin or kick out, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I think I'm a pin that.
I think that they need to be on that cross show where they're in NXT and TNA. They could excel there.
That'd be good. They're great. Yeah. A great small market faction.
Yeah.
All right, Shy. That's
a pin for me.
You pinning or kicking out, Shy?
And pin is that I agree with it.
Yep.
All right, yeah, I'm pinning. Yeah.
Okay. What was the second one?
All right. The next one.
Instead of going through all his, because he had a lot, we'll just stick with that one because we got 2 more videos.
Okay.
All
right. So this is from my guy Long.
Pause.
What's going on, guys? So I heard you guys are talking controversial takes in wrestling. I think mine would be considered, just because you watch Attitude Era in wrestling, I think that actually makes you one of the worst criterias as a wrestling fan, and I feel like you cannot judge wrestling based off of that, because Attitude Era, with all due respect, all promos, no wrestling. And if you're talking about what a wrestling fan is, should be focused on wrestling. And pretty much, I don't really trust you if you say that you only watch wrestling in the Attitude Era, because ever since then, there's so much that's been happening and so much companies that have prospered and that came about. So if you watch Attitude Era and that's your only reference for wrestling, don't talk to me.
Ooh. Oh man, that was hot.
Yeah.
That take was hot off the griddle.
I will have to say that I do agree with that the Attitude Era was some of probably the most trashiest actual in-ring wrestling I've probably ever seen. Very entertaining, but in-ring quality, not it.
But that's when it was sports entertainment, though. They were not professional wrestling then. That's one thing we got.
But go ahead.
So, but here's my thought pattern with that, because we grew up in the Attitude Era. When that Cena era, the PG era, a lot of people fell off because it was low-key boring and corny.
Yeah.
You talk about Ruthless Aggression,
yeah. Some of the Black and Gold NXT, Like, I missed some of that because I was like, bro, it's just too out there. It's too stupid.
Can't all the way disagree with his take. Simply because one of the takes that he had was, if your sole background of being a wrestling fan is only the Attitude Era, then I can't trust your opinion. And I'm definitely gonna have to pin that. I agree. Because like he said, it was all promos, no wrestling. What do we remember from the Attitude Era? The era. The most things I remember from the Attitude Era were catchphrases, promos, and antics. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, so I'm pinning that. I can't disagree with it, man. I pin that.
I can't. I'm gonna pin it too because the take is correct, but I feel like, I mean, of course, I had before the Attitude Era. Excuse me, now I'm saying like you, Attitude Era. But there were some moments afterwards where I was like, yo, I can't do this shit. Like, I tried and couldn't do it.
Yeah.
You know, TNA with the octagon ring. I was like, yo, Booker T talking while in the middle of a match. Like, it was too much. It was too much for me to deal with.
Booker T's kicking him again. He's kicking him again.
Like, come on, bro.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna pin it because I agree, but I feel like there has to be some sort of cutoff time because, you know, like, well, you came back a few times, cool. You know what's going on, cool. But I'm a pin. I'm a pin.
All right. Last one.
Oh well, you didn't go.
I'm a pin. I'm definitely with it. Like, I don't feel like it was that great matches. Like, that's what I said before. Like, I feel like match quality, it was nowhere, but I do feel like it was just a lot of antics. Mae Young giving birth to a hand, puppies.
I forgot about that.
Ugh.
Kai and Ty cutting up. Yeah. It was just a whole bunch of just wild stuff that the in-ring quality, like, you could be very mediocre and thrive in that era.
But I do miss where, like, everybody was coming to do their finisher at the end of a show.
Yeah, that was fire. Yeah.
Okay.
I do miss Choppy Pee Pee.
Yeah, that was crazy. All right, last one, fellas. And this is from brother Steven of the Yes We Still Watch Wrestling podcast.
All right, so hot take / unpopular opinion. WrestleMania 17 is now the third best WrestleMania of all time. WrestleMania 39 and WrestleMania 40 are both now better than WrestleMania 17, with WrestleMania 40 being the greatest WrestleMania of all time. WrestleMania 40 and 39 both individually have more classic matches than WrestleMania 17 and has a better main event than WrestleMania 17 and have more moments than WrestleMania 17.
That's a hot take.
So I'm gonna go first. I feel like this is kind of the conversation we were having earlier.
I'm looking up this card right now too.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. Yeah. Card is stacked. The first thing I see is a murderer, though. But anyway, when we look back on it, we get caught up in the moment. If you compare where we were then to where we are now, yes, it'll never stand up. That's like saying Super Bowl 17. Some Super Bowls weren't as good as the Rams versus KC a couple years ago. So it's the timing of it. So I can agree. I'm not sure if I put, I got to look at the cards, as third. But I do think that WrestleMania 40 was the best one ever, and I think that 41 will be better than that. So it's hard to. I'm gonna DQ, make it my own.
What?
I'm gonna kick out.
If you're scared, say you're scared.
I'm gonna kick out just because I feel like we caught up in the moment. This is the now, just like we were talking about certain matches that don't stand it. It was the best match ever when we saw it. Now something else has come and knocked it off, but we didn't have that same athleticism. Niggas is dunking in the NBA from the fucking free throw line, and you know what I'm saying? Like, it's different. This card is stacked. Though.
So WrestleMania 17 is like my favorite WrestleMania of all time.
And it was one night.
It was one night. I'm looking at WrestleMania 39, and I don't think it's better than WrestleMania 17.
30. You said 39 was the other one?
Yeah, because he said it has more memorable matches. The memorable matches is, of course, the main event, but I mean, Cody lost, so that was nothing. The Sami Zayn and KO versus the Uso, that was memorable. Charlotte Flair and Rhea, that was dope. And then you have Dominic and Ray as probably the only super memorable matches. Everything else is kind of
Yeah, Dominic's entrance was crazy.
Oh, that's where he went to jail?
Yeah.
I like the Ray's entrance. The Ray's entrance was crazy.
Yeah, with Snoop and the Lowrider.
Yeah, and then there's also Gunther versus Sheamus and Drew McIntyre. That was a great match. Yeah, that was a great match.
But was that the same? Was that the same one as Brock versus Omos? Am I looking at the right card?
That's the same one.
When you have that on your card, you automatically lose points.
Yeah.
But I can't be mad at them for trying to make Omos into something by putting him up against Brock. You know what, man? And then you had Bianca versus Asuka. I'm pinning. I think that 39 and 40 are better than 17, bro. Like, I mean,
I don't believe that. I don't believe it.
That 17 was stacked though.
17 was stacked.
TLC match, the infamous TLC match that they always play with Edge spearing Jeff Hardy out there. Then you got, of course, rocking Stone Cold.
Stone Cold.
You have a great Triple H and Undertaker match that's not really talked about.
The Chris Benoit Kurt Angle match was a banger.
That was a banger. You have where China won the world title, the women's title. That was a dope match.
Over Ivory?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, when you say that though, hold on. When you say that, if you say that, then you gotta say Brock versus Omos. Like, that's a bad match.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. But then, the street fight of Shane McMahon versus Mr. McMahon.
That was a great match, though.
That was a good match.
Hey, get the fuck out of here.
Hey, let me pull up both of them side by side, because that was a hell of a match.
Yeah, that was a great match.
And to know, if we're talking about story, the story behind that, where the nigga was like, I just wanted to make my daddy proud.
Yeah. I'm gonna pin it. I'm gonna go ahead and pin it.
Yeah. You gonna pin it?
No. I mean, I submit it. Well, I don't know this.
You just disagree is kicking out.
Oh, kicking out. I kick out.
You kick out. So that's 2 kick outs, 1 pin.
I'm with you, bro. Like, that was Steve, right?
Yeah, that was Steve.
Yeah, I'm with you, dog. Like, I think the 39 and 40 card is is better than what we saw at 17, but 17's amazing. I'm not mad at 17 being number 3 all time, because that was crazy. And then your main event is Stone Cold getting the belt off Rock.
I will actually hot take and say the second best Mania is WrestleMania 19, and I'll just leave it at that.
Hold up, let me take a look at that real quick.
That's the Kurt and Brock. And then you also had Shawn Michaels and Jericho.
Hogan.
You said yeah. So you had Matt Hardy defeated Rey Mysterio for the Cruiserweight Championship. Handicap match, Taker versus Big Show and A-Train. Triple threat, Trish Stratus beat Jazz and Victoria. Triple threat tag team. Team Angle beats Chavo Guerrero to retain. Shawn Michaels beat Chris Jericho. The cat fight between Stacy Keibler, Tori Wilson, and Miller Lite cat fight girls, whatever. Triple H with Ric Flair defeats Booker T to retain. Another opportunity where Booker T should have fucking won the title then. And Rock defeating Stone Cold and Brock Lesnar beating Angle. I ain't mad at that. That's a pretty good card, other than the cat fight.
Yeah. So yeah, I just had to throw that out there. But yeah.
Okay. I just think that every year is going to be better, so that's kind of a hard statement to make, because if this year isn't better than last year, we're doing something wrong.
Okay.
This is true.
Okay. That was a good first joint. Yeah.
Yeah, that won't back.
Do y'all have any hot takes right now to get off?
I hadn't thought of one.
No, it just because we just happen to be going through it. I came up with one. I missed the Cruiserweight belt. I
do. I missed 205. I missed 205 live.
Not even necessarily 205. I just mean like a Cruiserweight belt, like a light heavyweight belt. I missed that division.
Only reason
they did it right. They never did it right.
I feel like they made it speed, and I don't like that shit.
I feel like if they would have done 205 live under Triple H and Shawn Michaels, it could have been what it should have been. Like the weight, like the presentation of Neville being the king of the cruiserweights. To me, that's top 5 heel gimmicks ever, bro.
I ain't mad at that.
Yeah.
And they made Cedric Alexander look like a beast. Like,
yeah.
But Cedric, Mustafa Ali, and then Buddy Matthews, like those 3, they was killing it,
bro.
Mustafa, hey.
Yeah, that joint crazy. And then for real, like, it wasn't the best in ring. It wasn't the best in ring, but Enzo won't too bad on 205 live either, because he was good at what he did, like talking shit, and he had his few moves. Like, they had a solid show if Vince would have committed to making the show a real thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm with you. Okay. All right, is that it?
I think that might be it, man. I think.
I'm sorry. My lasting impression of Enzo was just hitting that bottom rope. I apologize.
That was brutal. That was one of the few moments in wrestling where I was scared when I was watching it because I thought he had left us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is all right. So brother Legend, tell the folks where they can find you, man.
Hey, listen, you can find me everywhere that you're looking, but specifically on the Kayfabe Cowboys Instagram. You know how to spell it, Kayfabe Cowboys. Twitter, because we got one of those now.
And we got a TikTok. We about to start posting stuff on TikTok. Yeah.
You better not start dancing the swerve on our TikTok. I swear I will take. Oh my goodness. You can also follow me on Instagram at IamLegend_716. No, I'm not from New York. That's my birthday. That's all I got.
All right, brother Shad, tell the folks where they can find you, man.
You can just find me everywhere at Shad Harris. Also, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel as well as the Kayfabe Cowboys YouTube channel as well.
All right, and you can find me on Instagram and Twitter, but mainly Instagram at It's Zach Morris, all one word. Most importantly, you can find me here on the Kayfabe Cowboys podcast, on Instagram, on Twitter, because we're about to pick up action there. We're gaining traction everywhere digitally. This is about to be the year of the Kayfabe Cowboys podcast. And you can find us on TikTok. We're probably going to get a few posts up there before it gets banned. But nonetheless, this has been a beautiful audio-visual experience. Thank you, Shah, for producing this. I have been your host, GA. This is Brother Legend. That is Brother Shadrick. As always, Brett Screw Brett, die Rocky die. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.